Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to talk about the thumb up version of the clean. In kettlebells, the easiest way to learn cleans and swings is with your thumb pointed down at the bottom, and that is a safety valve in case something goes wrong. If your hip timing is off, if your arm is in the wrong place, you won't snap your elbow in half. Most people will stick with the thumb down version forever because it's safe. It helps a lot when you're going up in weight to make sure you have the safest technique possible. If you were to hyperextend your elbow with an 80-pound kettlebell as it's swinging, just assume that that's a lot of surgery and very bad. And your elbow is never, ever going to be the same. Be extraordinarily cautious with something like a thumb up technique and be extremely confident of everything you do with a kettlebell before you get to something like this. You will see competition kettlebell guys do this. I don't do the classic 10-minute competition gear avoid sport sets a lot because frankly, I don't have that many weights available to me because I'm traveling around the world most of the time. I like kettlebell marathoning, which is lighter to intermediate weights for an extremely long period of time, the 30 to 60 minute time frame. So the techniques will look slightly different. As the weights get heavier and you go to the shorter time under tension sets, the movements get much bigger and much more exaggerated. My movements are exactly what they need to be for the weights that I use, so be aware of that when you're watching these techniques. Let's talk about our kettlebell clean. Our kettlebell clean tends to start with our thumb back. The hard style version, we push back, we stand all the way up. Single hip dip, stand all the way up at the top. Single hip dip, stand all the way up at the top. The next version of that is where you would keep your thumb pointed up the entire time. And at the bottom, your arm would not roll back, giving you that safety valve. You would keep your arm up. In order for you to do this technique, your hips have to be in the right spot. Because if you mess it up, it's not great. Normally, start with normal technique, point your thumb back. From here, thumb points up, stand up. 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 And thumb points up, set it down. People almost always get hurt on the last rep when they're setting it down because things have changed and they're moving their hips in a slightly different way to prep for setting it down. Don't get hurt. If you have to go back to thumb pointed down, then go back to thumb pointed down. When people roll their thumb down, it can be harder to maintain your lat engagement and engagement of muscle groups in the upper back than if you were to keep your thumb up. If you keep your thumb up, it is much easier to drive down and maintain connection throughout the pull, which allows people to turn it more into the muscles that are used in a row. Think about a row being here, and now think about that thumb up swing being somewhere in here. Think of it like a standing version of a row. Hip snap, row, hip snap, row, hip snap, row, hip snap, get it all the way up to the clean. Hip snap, get it all the way up to that clean. So this is an interesting technique, and you should only do it if you have gone way up in weight, done all of your clean and press, done all of your swings from 16 to 32 for men, up to probably 24K for the ladies. You should be really good at stuff before you do this. I like to throw these into my marathon sets because I like to do some sets thumb down and I like to do some sets thumb up because you will find that you will move a little bit differently. It gives you different things to think about when you're doing extremely long time under tension. Is it necessary? Probably not. Is it fun? Yes, as long as you don't die.